Hello and welcome back to probably all of your least favorite stream, where I slowly go insane while showing you guys the creation of a game. So you may be asking why I even knew this stream, and I'm doing it for that one person who actually wants to learn how this works. But since last time we've actually had a ton of progress, and by a ton I mean I have basically, I've done some very complicated things that make the game about 4 million times better and more playable. So let's go through that. Change log. Placing and breaking blocks is a thing now. Blocks can have different textures on themselves. It's not all the same texture. And there's also a FPS counter and stuff so that I can keep track of how efficient it is. So if we pop this open, let's look at what's here. So you can see the FPS counter, it's up on the top left, and you can see I'm walking around. I'm getting about 90-something, 100-something FPS. So the performance is good. It's not absolutely insanely amazing. But if I click, I currently have it on ultra digging mode. I can completely rip apart the ground, and as you can see, grass has different sided textures. 3 different textures, and I made it, geez. I wish I'd get really technical here, but, you know what, let's get really technical. That's kind of the point of this, isn't it? So, yeah, first off, this is extremely fast, considering it can handle about, like, 60 chunk changes a second. That means that nukes and stuff in this game will actually not lag. Oh, beautiful. But let's ignore that. Also, it uses less than a gigabyte of RAM, which that's up from 164 gigabytes. Well, I mean down from, but more efficient, much more efficient, and I can just basically rip apart the world, build something. But you may be asking, what is this thing I'm talking about under the hood? Well, we're not big enough, we're not small enough to fall down there. First off, we have to change shadows because we can see a little crack there. One of the things that is done under the hood is you may notice that all the textures look nice now. There's no cracks in the textures. How do I do this? Well, things are just going to get continually more complicated with me explaining this. But if we start the game in Unity, basically, we have our textures down here, which are all named the same as the block name, or in the case of grass, they're specially named. Basically, the game gets these textures, these 1x1 textures, and the game automatically, through lots of code, turns that into this, a texture atlas with a little bit of padding around every single block. Now, I think I still have... Oh, I don't like errors. Okay, that's actually a Unity error, not my error. Okay, that's fine. I think I have... Yeah, here's an old version of it when I was working on it. So if I open this, you will see pretty clearly, depending on how far it lets me zoom in. There's a little bit of padding on the edge. Shoot. I wish this was a little bit... Darn Windows, what is it called? Media player? I don't know what the picture opener is called. Oh, Windows Gallery. That's what it's called now. So if we open this with something not completely horrible, let's just use paint.net. The game makes this on its own out of all the textures you put in. And as you can see, there's these little strips on the ends. It just copies the last pixels down one so that there isn't any bleeding into this texture. So it does this automatically, and I have it set up to scale it and everything, so you can add as many textures as you want. You can have texture packs, mods, and all that stuff, and it works beautifully. So let's add a new block. Chat, tell me what block to add, because I'm going to show you guys how simple I've made this through way too much code. So let's look at what I did. This is the Atlas Builder. All of this I just wrote today. This is pretty much today's work. what it does is it gets all the block textures, it does the math to figure out how big to make the main texture, and then it gets all the pixels and throws them together in the correct thing, adds padding here, and then it basically saves it and sets it on all the chunks. Yeah, a little bit complicated, just a little bit, but it works beautifully, and it's very expandable. Crystals, lava blocks, diamonds, wood, diamonds. Now, I'm not going to be a complete Minecraft copycat here because we're already completely copying Minecraft. I don't think that's much of a error. Now, the block can't do anything at the moment because that would take a lot of extra programming. I just mean to show you guys the addition. And yes, I do remember Unite. So I guess we're going to add wood, because wood has 2 different textures, and it'll let me show off how we do this. So first we add the code side. So let's go to block types, and let's add wood. So we're gonna call it log, because this is going to be log, not broken down into planks or anything. So if we have block log here, now we have to create the actual code for it. First, we want to put it in the list so that the game knows it exists. Now we do block log equals new block type. We give it a new ID, which is just the next one. ID equals 5, name equals log. Strength, we'll give it equals 6. That doesn't do anything yet. Render mode equals render mode dot complex. Not complex, sided. That means that we can have the sides be different. Okay, so render mode dot sided. Now we do text maps. This is what I just added to. Equals new texture map array. Like I said, slightly complicated, but it works. Now we do new texture map, and this is where we tell the game how to do the textures. So we're going to add one texture map that says name equals log underscore side, and that needs to be in quotation marks because it's a string. And then we do another new... Oh, we need a second one here. What am I forgetting? Oh, yes, the directions. Directions. Yeah, Oh, shoot. You have to put commas after everything when you're doing this. Directions equals new direction. Now, so we're saying we are going to have a texture called log side. And we're saying, where are we going to put it? Well, we're going to put log side on. Now, this isn't permanent, but currently we're going to have it just kind of go where it needs to go. Later on, we're going to add more data so that it knows when the log is on its side and stuff, but at the moment, we are not going to worry about that. So we're going to say direction dot east, direction dot west, direction dot north, and direction dot south. So all the sides. And then we're going to do a second direction. Well, a second texture map completely. And we can just kind of copy this, paste it with a comma. And we can do new texture map log top. It'll also be the bottom, but I'm just going to call it top because I feel like it. Now we're going to do direction dot up and direction dot down. Okay, that's all good. We're missing something here because the game is angry at me. Why is it angry at me? I'm missing... Ah, yes, at the end of this, there needs to be that. And that should be good. I think that's all the code necessary... Oh, shoot. Nope, that's... It's this, isn't it? There we go. That's where it goes. No! That's where it goes. I am really messing up here. But there we go. That's all the code required to add a block. And it's pretty much the same thing. If you go through this, you can just change the names and the directions of the textures. And now what we need to do is actually draw the textures. Yeah, pretty simple. So we're just going to go into Vooperia. We're going to go into Assets, Resources, Textures, and we're going to just open one of these just to basically use as a template. So let's open this. Open in paint.net because that's how we do things. Okay, so we're going to zoom in. We're going to get all this, delete it. We're going to, because it's a log, we're going to use like, I'm not an artist, just a warning. If later on I'll accept people giving me art for the game, because that would actually probably help. There we go, that's kind of ugly-ish, brown-ish, but you know it works. And then we're going to go a bit darker with a little bit of transparency. We'll draw some stripes on there with a slightly thicker brush. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Nope, that looks absolutely horrible. Okay, so like I said, I am no artist, so this is actually going to be dreadful at this rate. Can I actually make this look good through some crystal effects? Usually effects are what save me when I have to do things that actually look good. I mean, that doesn't look absolutely terrible. It looks pretty bad, though. I'll admit it. That looks pretty darn bad. This has to be tileable, too. So we're going to create a new thing that's 64. Let's just do 100 by 100. Just so that we can, see what we're doing. Go over here. Copy it. Zoom in. Paste. And does it tile? Surprisingly, it almost does. Oh, geez. Okay, I take that back. It really doesn't. But what we're going to do is we're just going to surround... We're going to surround one. This is how art is made, kids. This is how it's done. We're just going to surround one of them by a bunch of copies of itself. And then we're going to modify it to work better. That one is too far up or something? No? I am actually... See, this is actually working perfectly fine side to side. But when it comes to top and bottom, this is a problem. So what I can do is... We can look at this for a reference. We just need this to come left a bit and this to come left a bit. So if we eye drop this... Go back over here and just make this go left a little bit and make this go left a little bit. Will that look fine? Just get rid of everything. I can just do Control-A delete, can't I? Yes, I can. Boom. I mean, it isn't pretty. It definitely isn't pretty, and I'm actually going to modify it a little bit more, but this is supposed to be more programming than not, so we're going to just like live with it at a certain point instead of getting really picky. Okay, maybe this is good enough, you know? Okay, that fits. That kind of fits, other than this spot right here and this spot right here. Okay, so we're almost done here. Where was that problem? That was here, so we just have to whoop there. And the other problem was here, means we just have to whoop there. And that's good enough. We're just actually going to say that this is good enough. So file, save as, and then we're going to call this log_side. And now we're going to make the top. Now the trick to this is that these all have to wrap together, but remember how these all wrap on the side? Well, to make the top, let's just use this and just paint inside of it for the lighter wood. Now we do have to get a little bit creative here, but I can just kind of go like that and it will actually wrap perfectly. Okay, maybe we should maybe I should try to be a little bit better than that. You know, this doesn't have to be perfect, but I'd like it to not look absolutely horrible. Okay, that's... Oh, shoot. Undid all of it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna cheat. We're gonna just put the brush really high. Whoa! Look at that. That actually worked, not horribly. And then, we'll get a little bit darker and turning our brush down to, like, 2. Yeah, that'll work. We'll just give it some, like... character. No. We have to give it the little swirl. I mean, that looks absolutely horrible. Can we just keep it like this, or... I am actually the worst artist ever. I mean, that is actually bad. I may... Let's get real technical here. I actually can't art. Just whoosh. Nope. Nope, that's not happening. We're just gonna keep it like this. I need an artist. Someone help me, please. This works good enough for our purposes. We're just gonna keep it at this because I'm just going to make it look worse and worse. But there we go. There's our textures. Now these just need to be in here. We just need to mark them as read-write enabled. Apply it. Hopefully when we press play it'll work. No errors. Yes! Let's see if it actually loaded them. Loaded texture log side and loaded texture log top. Okay. Now we actually have to prove that it's working properly. So we just have to go into our code. Where is player? Player. Modify terrain. Let's make it so that we place it. So we just have to do block types dot block log here. And now when we right click, it is the moment of truth. If it works, beautiful. Ready? Yes. Look at that. Those beautiful logs. They look really bad, but you know what? They exist. And just making sure that the bottom has the correct texture as well. Yeah, look at that. And that's how we add a new block, guys. It works. Well, that's not too bad. Now, like, that's how you add a block. I'm now considering what I need to do next. Now, some might want to add vehicles and stuff that you build out of blocks into the game, but that'll be really complicated to do. So right now, I'm kind of just considering my options. That was a huge thing there, getting multi-sided textures working. What is next on my list of things to do? Actually, land generation. Of course. We need to add mountains and stuff. Yeah, that's actually something slightly important. So currently our terrain generation is actually slightly horrible because I spent like 4 seconds programming it. It literally just says if it's lower than this, set it to grass. If it's lower than this, set it to stone. Otherwise, just make it air. So there's 2 ways we can do this. We can make it complicated, or we can make it simple for now. I don't know what I'm leaning towards. I think we're just going to go all out, because if I make it simple, I'm going to have to change it later because it'll be extremely laggy anyways. So I think we're going to go ahead and do the complicated stuff. So to do this, we're gonna get help from one of my old projects, somewhere in here. If I can find Frostbite. Now in Frostbite, I did something special. Very, very special. I went through and I created GPU noise generation, which is actually something used in very current AAA games. But it looks very nice, and on top of that, it's extremely fast. Like, we're talking much, much, much faster than using coherent noise, which is over here. We just have to find it. I think I put it under resources, shaders. Yes, there's my shaders. So basically, there's two ways your computer does things when you're playing a game. Or there's two ways that you design a program right now for games. There's two basically processors in your computer usually. You got your CPU. Yeah, that's great. I know I am actually amazing at my art career. Now your CPU and GPU are designed actually opposites of each other pretty much. So your CPU, you basically give it a list of things to do. You put one thing in and you get one thing out. Now the GPU, because it's literally programmed to basically display millions of pixels at once, your GPU has tons and tons and tons and tons of cores. Your CPU has like, what? If we're going a fancy like Core i7, we got 8 cores. Your GPU, we're talking thousands of cores. So your GPU, you can tell it to do something 1,000 times with one thing slightly different, and it will gladly shoot out 1,000 answers. Whereas your CPU would take all day to do it. So when it comes to building a planet or ground, we basically want to say, GPU, can you tell me what every single point in this land is going to be like at once? And the GPU will gladly do it. Whereas if we had told the CPU to do it, the CPU would be going, well, what about here? 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 And it would keep doing that until it finished, whereas the GPU will just suck up the entire workload at once. So, basically, poorly optimized games. Oh god, I don't like making fun of other games, but Minecraft uses CPU, which is why Minecraft world generation can be kind of slow. Deadly slow, but we're going to use GPU because it's fast and efficient, and if you have a nice graphics card, there's actually no performance effect. So to do that, we have to do what's called making a shader. Shaders are just pieces of code that run on your graphics card. Pretty simple, actually. We're actually going to make a new folder, and we're going to call it shaders. We're going to go into this, and we're going to... I'm going to put this inside of world. I'm going to put this inside of world. And we're going to say terrain shaders. Because they're special shaders, they don't actually shade anything. Yeah. Okay, so terrain shaders, and I have a special one in here called terrain.shader, I think. Let's quickly look at it to make sure that it's the correct one, or it's not going to let me do that, so let's just drag it in and make sure. Like I said, shaders are special. They're extremely complicated to... Well, I mean, they're more complicated to program. Here we have... So this is... I think this is my... Yes, this is my little project over here. Is that the correct one? I had a few of these, so I'm just making sure that this is the right one. Because I have terrain. Oh no, terrain.compute is the one I want. Compute shaders are shaders that just basically do math. Those are the special ones. The other shaders just make things look cool. This is what we want. And this is going to be annoying because I don't have anything meant to deal with this. So we're actually going to mess around here. Let's see if they have the extension for this. I'm not sure if they do. It would be really, really nice if they did. HLSL, come on. Nope. Oh, online. There we go. Come on, HLSL. Yes, that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I need. Okay, so we're gonna restart Visual Studio. And this is going to make it so that it actually knows what programming language we're working with now. Because otherwise, it may look really fancy when you have these coding studios and they have all the text colored and stuff. But those colors actually mean, like, really important stuff, and it speeds things up a ton being able to check the colors of the words to know what you're looking at. So it's very hard to work with just plain text. Or at least I'm just spoiled. End tasks. It took me way too long to click on that. Okay, so now let's hope this works. It should recognize it as HLSL. And come on. Open and actually have colors and stuff. Okay, come on, come on. Yes, we have colors. Woo, and it actually knows what these things are. So that's actually very, very convenient. My dog needs some assistance. I will be back in 30 seconds. Oh shoot, I never hit my microphone off. Oh well. Oh god, the spam. I really don't mind. Okay, so... Oh yeah, guys, don't forget to like too. Because don't forget it's gonna be a free download once it's actually at a point where it's like playable. Currently it's not really a game enough yet where it really there's no point in really downloading it at the moment. So here is our compute shader, which does all the math and fanciness, and now what we have to do is actually make that happen in the terrain generator. This is exciting, except my code for this is really disgusting. So my old code can really be improved upon. Let's see what it was at before. Load marching cubes, that's not what we want. Terrain generator, here we are. Okay, what did this have? Oh boy. Yeah, I really do not like using this as a system at all because it's so bad. It really is not a good system. But it does work. So we're actually just, I think we can just pretty much copy all of this. There's a good chance it'll just work straight out of the box. So, you know, we're just going to copy all of this. We'll improve upon it later, but I think this is going to work fine. It's always good when something works. So we're just going to get rid of this. We're not going to bother with that. We're going to go over here. We don't have these. And terrain generator. Wow, it's even named the same thing. How convenient. We're just gonna copy this, go back for a second, check if I Aha. Yes. This is why you check things. Terrain. Nope, this should be block. See, there's some differences between here, but it's still better than doing it all over again. Is everything looking for... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna kill me. If terrain equals null, then make the terrain. Simple stuff, but it's not called terrain here, it's called block. Okay, so after this is done, we will actually have mountains and stuff, so this will look pretty cool. We just have to pray that this works. It also will seriously test some of our performance. Making the meshes more complex will seriously, well, thinking about it, I'm not sure how good of an idea this is, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Shoot. You know, let's put it on if it becomes a problem. Public. Texture. 2D. Noise map, was it called? I don't remember what that was. I'm jumping all over the place. Noise map. I actually got that right. So, basically how this works is it generates the terrain, well, what it's supposed to look like, and then it plops it onto a texture, and then it basically does some fancy math. Swapping some stuff around will make this look fancy. Terrain dot set. Shoot. Dot. We're just going to do block types. Dot grass. This doesn't seem right. Why is it only grass? That doesn't seem right at all. Well, I'm not going to stress out about that at the second. Okay, so the world needs to have a shader called noise shader. I already knew that was a thing required here. And that should make everything else happy? Question mark. Come on, be happy. Yes, you're all happy. Chunk. Oh, shoot. I think I changed that to... Happy? No, not happy. What? Nope, there is definitely something along those lines. Oh, air chunk, not empty chunk. Okay. That makes sense. And return terrain. And another important thing we have to do, because I optimized this a bit, else it's air, but at the same time we need to say bool solid chunk whoop equals true. Okay, here we go. Solid chunk equals false if there's air in it. And then we just also do chunk dot solid chunk equals solid chunk. Okay, let's see if this works. There's a good chance it won't. And if it doesn't, we're going to have to go into bug fixing mode. But we're going to pray for the moment that it will, because it would be awesome if it worked for a shot. And please work. And it's working. Look at that. Hills. Look, there's hills. It actually legitimately is working. Obviously, it's only grass at the moment. Huh. Well, that worked somewhat better than I thought it would. Let's explore a little bit. This is actually pretty much Minecraft Alpha right now. Very simple world generation, placing and building. I do have to add saving. That's going to be a thing. Well, look at that. It actually does have very simple world generation and plains and mountains and stuff. We can make it more complex if we want to. We're about to go over 1 GB of RAM used. Oh no. What will we do? Well, let's see how the performance is on my computer, not through the Unity, because that's where it's really important, and depending on how it performs on my computer, I have to either optimize or get scared. Getting scared because there are some limitations. So what do we have? We're at a safe 60 FPS. That's not horrible, actually. 70. So with complex terrain, we're pushing 70 FPS, which makes me feel good. Although that is dropping if I am pushing it really hard and going far away. You can see it deleting the chunks behind me. So yes, there is optimization to be done. 20 FPS. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, optimization is going to be a necessity in the future, but it works, which is always a good thing. Well, except when it isn't. Oh yeah, and we can place our blocks here. So it is actually functioning correctly, if not a little bit laggy, which does worry me. One of the things I'm trying to keep up here is performance. So let's see what's causing the most lag, and I already know what it is, but I'm going to pretend it isn't. So with the Unity profiler on, everything is much laggier, but it can tell you exactly what's using the most of everything. So if we go through here, move next, load chunk, generate terrain, read pixels. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be too. Okay, so yep, that was going to be a bottleneck, and I knew it. So for now, we're actually going to swap this back. Because I feel like I can do it 10 times better than I did before. And that's the important part, doing it better than you did before, making it faster than it was before. So we're going to clean that out, and we're going to look towards a new feature, because this is going to be a multi-day thing, making the terrain generator look nice. So let's see if we can get other suggestions. What do you guys want to see me add to the game? Let's see what to do next. We have proven that complex world generation works fine in it. It's just I need to do a lot more work on it. Ooh, transparent blocks may be a thing I want to look at, but that should actually be pretty simple to figure out. Actually, let's add a transparent block. How about glass? Let's add glass. This should be simple, but who knows? Block type. Oh, geez. Let's close that because that's going to be annoying. So we're going to add a new block, which means we just have to go here. Say public static block type block glass. Oh yeah, my art is absolutely terrible, and I will admit that. I absolutely suck at art. The whole point of this is to basically the basics of the game down before I go into basically what makes the game unique. I'm not going to go into that too much yet because I have high hopes and plans, and if I say them now, you guys will be like, no, that's never happening. But humble beginnings, we have to start somewhere. So block class equals new block type. Oh, so this is interesting. This is very interesting, actually. So, we are going to have to add a new setting to, we're gonna have to add a new setting to our blocks. Okay, so let's not do that at this moment. I'm just thinking it over right now what I have to do. Because currently, chunks think that the only transparent thing is air. Chicken, how about you get out of my stream? Goodbye. So... continuing from where I was, we're going to have to make some changes to the game engine to actually make this work. But... let's just start and pretend that's not a thing until we hit the problem. ID equals 6 because we have to add a new ID for each thing. Name equals glass. What else? Strength equals 2. It's glass, not strong. Render mode equals render mode dot normal. And text maps equals new texture map. And that new texture map is going to have a, oh shoot, no, it has to have that. And then texture map, new texture map inside of it. And then inside of that, it needs to have a name for the texture. We're just going to say glass and directions. We don't actually have to do that for these simple ones, though. Did I actually bother with these? Yeah, I did. Not necessary, but I did it anyways. Okay, so there's our glass block type. That is going to work for that. Maybe I will add TNT for the end of this episode. We'll see. Or just dynamite in general. Okay, so that works there. Let's make the texture for it, and then let's talk about why it's a horrible idea. Well, why it's currently a horrible idea. And you will notice the problem very, very soon. So, Unity projects, Vooperia, assets, resources, textures. Like I said, not an artist. This is actually going to be a very, very, very fast and easy glass texture. And it has to be opaque. I mean, not opaque. Translucent. transparent. So we're just going to grab a pencil, get some, and draw a frame onto it. That is actually going to be our glass. It's going to be a frame with a transparent center. And you know what? Maybe I'll add some bolts in the corners if I want to be a little bit fancy. So we'll do this. Let's add some bolts to hold it in place. Yeah. There we go. Very, very fancy glass texture. File, save as. We're just going to call it glass, of course. And there we go. It's in there. Go back to the game. We're going to have to go to... Oh, it's going to complain. It's fine. We're going to have to go to Resources, Textures, Find Glass, Enable Read-Write, and another important thing is to say alpha is transparent. Actually, all of these should have that set. Okay, there we go. That's important. So, there we go. Now we have glass. We just have to make it so that we can place glass. Now, I do not think we have our shader set so that it can actually handle that. But that only takes one small change to fix. So let's just go to chunk, shader, standard, and rendering mode, cutout. So that lets us put windows and stuff into it. 99% sure. And if we put, yeah. So, does anyone spot the problem? Anyone? Does anyone see the slight problem that is occurring from this? If one person can tell me the problem, they get a reward of nothing because it's pretty obvious what the problem is. So the game, when I place down glass, the game says, hey, look, there's a block there. Well, no one can see the other side of this block because there's another block there and people can't see through things, so why not make it invisible? Well, the game's wrong because we can see through the block. So we basically have to tell it, render the block under it anyways. So, this is a simple fix, and we just have to go into our blocks here. Block type, and we just have to add a new thing to it. Public, bool, transparent. Or we'll just say opaque. So we just have to go into block types and we just have to add this to all of them. So which ones are opaque and which isn't? Block air. Opaque equals false. Because you can, well, you cannot see air. Or light goes through air. Opaque equals false here. No, not false. This is true. Block test is opaque. Block stone is opaque. Block grass is opaque. Block dirt is opaque. Block log is opaque. And block glass is not opaque. How do we handle this in our rendering? Well, we just go over to our rendering and instead of checking, is it glass? I mean, not glass, air. Instead of saying if the ID is 0, oh shoot, we actually ask that a lot. So instead of asking if the ID is 0, which we do about 98 times, we're now going to ask dot opaque. Oh, that's slightly, shoot. We need to add a little bit, oh, no, that's actually not right. It needs to be dot type dot opaque. Is that going to make it happy? Ah! Oh. That's going to be .get blocked. Oh my god, this is way overcomplicated. .get block type. There's a reason it's so complicated though. It saves a ton of RAM. Get block type dot and then opaque. But this is actually asking the opposite of what we want to be asking. We're asking if it is opaque, but we want to be saying, is it not? So to flip it, we just have to put an exclamation point behind every single time we ask the question. Oh boy. Do. Oh, that's not even in the right spot. Do. Aha, beautiful. And that should do it. Now our glass will render correctly, or I just broke actually everything. Aha, look at that. Our glass is actually functioning properly. Now, a problem is that the bottom actually is the... Oh, I actually can't tell if the bottom's ever rendering, because when I break a block, it just... How the game works is when you break a block, it refreshes the chunk. But guess what? It works good enough for our needs, so there we go. Doesn't that look great? And actually, impressively enough, the shadows actually work too, which I was not expecting to work, but I'm not going to complain. Okay, guys, look at that. We did it. That is transparent blocks. Very exciting stuff. It works. What's next? Oh, you guys wanted explosives, of course. Okay, so. Oh, geez, okay. I'm actually contemplating how this would work. I feel like that would add about a half hour. It would take like a half hour to do that. Okay, first we're going to add something of necessity, because I can't think of what I actually need to add. I'm going to go into our project here, Vooperia, assets, resources, textures. We're going to create a... We'll just use this. We always use test whenever we're making something else. We're going to resize it to 3x3. And we're going to do this. We're going to make a target so that we can actually tell what we're actually, like, clicking. And it's just going to be a blue center. And we'll just have little black edges. There we go. That will be our pointer. Beautiful. File. Save as. And we'll just call it target. And now, if we close that, how are we actually going to make that work, you may ask? Well, watch as I work magic. We have to turn it into a sprite. Apply. Now we go into our scene, we go to our player, and right here, the canvas, we're just going to plop, not test, target into there. And where is it actually? Why is it all the way over there? And now it should be there we go. And it's in the center, but it looks absolutely horrible. Because probably texture import settings. Do not filter. Aha! There we go. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, now we have a little target. so we can actually tell where we're aiming. And that's just convenience. It makes it easier to actually do things in the game. And it lets me test to make sure that my block placing is on point. Which it appears to be. And now, because I actually have that extra, you know, control being able to tell where I'm placing blocks, I can build myself a glass cage. Because this is a necessary thing to do. Building myself a cage. Yeah. Building myself a cage. Now, honestly, you should not be able to see glass through glass. I'll work on that. That'll take some special coding. I don't know why I'm still doing this, but I kind of just feel like building something random. And this seems like a very ugly structure, so it's perfect. There we go. We're now in a prison. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now we are trapped. We're going to die, and it's all my fault. Now we can actually look at this in the scene view. You can see me over here. Scene view is extremely laggy. You can also see how the chunks selectively render only the things that are visible. Well, that appears to have worked pretty well, and we can also see that the canvas is really just something in front of the player. Way too far in front of the player. It should actually be way closer to the player. I'm not sure if it'll... There's one point where it starts acting weird, but I think if we set it to like 0.1, it'll be fine. I said at one point it starts acting weird, it just actually disappeared. How's 0.2? Still can't see it. 0.3. Not 0.E, 0.3. Yeah, we can see it now. What about looking weird? That looks perfectly fine to me. Nothing is going on with that canvas. That looks completely messed up. 0.4, I think will do it. There we go. That seems to be working. And now if we smash our face against a block, it doesn't disappear. Well, it kind of disappears. Part of it disappears. Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. That's another thing. Let's add some special effects. You know, nothing better than making it look better than it should. Let's do assets, import. There's just a few things I want to add to make it look slightly better. Oh man, Tjmcnee. Because of the super chat, I will make it. Let's do it. Each side has my face. Fine. You know what? I am 100% fine with that. We will go ahead and do that because, you know, thank you for the super chat, man. I do appreciate it. So now that that's all working, we were just about to do this. Let's just import it, and then we will add the Spike Viper block. I guess we'll just call it Spike Head. Let's go block types. Oh, wait. Oh, that's gonna be really complicated to make. It'll really test the, that'll be quite the, test. Because I just realized that my head has 6 sides. Fun. Okay, so we're going to ignore these errors. Not errors, warnings. Errors are bad. Warnings are just kind of like, hey, you know, you may not want to do that. We do want to allow that. And we're just going to go to our effects, import assets, not that, standard assets, close that, open that. We just want to look for so many. I never even asked for those. Image effects. Where are they? What? Oh, they've been moved to the asset store. Oh, that's not very, huh. Well, that's annoying. Nerdcraft Modded is going to be created soon. Soon as in probably within a week. Work has been done on it. It's just there's a lot of stuff that has to be done, so I'm not rushing myself because I will make a mistake that'll kill the server. Okay, I guess we're going to have to add my head now, because it was requested with a super chat. So, oh, this is going to be really, really complicated. Okay. Public, static, block type, block spike. Okay, so now we just add block spike to the stack of blocks. This is going to be interesting. Block spike equals new block type. ID equals 7. Name equals spike. Oh shoot, my keyboard's going all over the place now. Also, there needs to be that at the end. Name equals spike. Strength equals... What is my strength going to be? Okay, strength equals... We'll put it at 10. I will be stronger than stone. Render mode equals render mode dot sided. And then text map equals new texture map. That has to be an array because there's 6 of them. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. Oh, this is so much work. Texture map name equals spike up direction dot up. Three, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that was not right at all. Because I need to copy all of this. Oh, fun. Okay, so there's going to be 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of writing. Thank you for spamming my script. This is such a mess. East direction dot east. Spike west. Direction dot west. Spike north. Direction dot north. Spike south. Direction dot south. Now, like I said before, there's a limitation where it's not going to face you. It's just going to always be in the same direction. I'm going to have to change that at some point, but, you know... Okay, so those are all the sides. Now we actually have to do the photoshopping, which, not using Photoshop because still have to teach myself how to use it. shoot. This is going to be interesting. Okay. I am... Can I find my... I need to download my own skin. This is actually funny. Because I don't really have... I don't have it on me. Skin stealer. I could draw it from memory, but I'd get it slightly off. Spike Viper. Here I am. Look at that. Now I just have to... I could actually... Nah, we're just going to download it. Let's just open. So we're just going to copy it. And ready for this. We're going to do new 1 by 1. Yep. The clipboard doesn't contain... Are you kidding me? What about downloads? No, it didn't save it. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. This is why you always just click save and then open it in your downloads folder. Come on. Download. Download. Save. My skin is 1001 bytes. Why is the save button not working? Okay, Windows is being stupid. Or Edge is being stupid, more accurately. Copy. You gonna work now? Yes. Here we go. Bam. That worked good enough. Or well enough. Okay, so here's my skin. Oh no, because shoot, nothing is actually on the right spot. I just remembered how this works because like my goggles and stuff are on the wrong area. Okay, so hopefully it's fine, guys, it's fine. I just have to do pixelated. Quality nearest neighbor. There we go. So now I just have to oh, this is inconvenient. This is very inconvenient. Okay, so I'm going to have to draw my own skin. Partly. Meh. And then we got the I think I can just copy this part of it. This will be fine. There we go. There's the front of my face. That works. File. Save as. That'll be Spike North. Okay, now the side of my head. Or one side of my head. This is if we think... if that's north... Jeez. Jeez. Just draw a little compass over here. That's west. That is west, then. Save and... Oh, no, and I need my... Oh, this is way overcomplicated for so many reasons. It's okay, though. It's because I'm wearing this. That, logically, we need to put layers on it, of course. There is one, that is the west side of my face. Spike, and that needs to be a PNG. Okay, we got this. Spike west. Okay, so now we just have to delete both layers. Go back. Grab the other side. Oh no, I'm missing the microphone on my face. Shoot. Oh. Oh well, you know. What can you do? We'll fix it. We'll fix it in a second. Okay, there we go. This is really overcomplicated for such a simple thing. This is why you gotta give props to game creators, guys. Well, or at least most of them. There are some really bad. Not the people who made GTA 5 and stuff, because, you know, actually not them. It's the company that owns them that's trying to kill modding. So yeah, modding is beautiful. Don't hurt modding. So we're gonna open Spike North again, and we're just going to fix it. Throw my microphone on there. Or actually, I can just do this completely, because now I see how it's laid out. We can just... Ooh, I think that's right. Yes, that is right. Aha! We're halfway done, and all the complicated parts are done. Okay, so those are all done. There's just 3 more, which one of them is actually just the top, which... Boom. Oh shoot, just delete the layer. Let's not overcomplicate this. I just took a bite out of my own head, but it's okay. Okay, save as Spike Top. Or did I call it top? No, I called it up. Up. And then Spike Bottom, and then Spike Back. Or Spike Down and Spike Back. File. Save as. Nope. No, 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 no. File. Save as. Spike Down. And the final one. File, save as, Spike Back, or South. Well, now like 80% of my game is my face. So, we're gonna go back up here. Oh man, what am I doing? Textures, here is me. We just have to read, write, enable, and alpha is transparent. Apply. Press play. No errors? No errors. Does it have all the parts of me? Yes, it does. Okay, so that's good. Now we just have to make it so that I can place myself. Modify blocks. Modify blocks. I don't have the right script open over here. Or modify terrain. There we go. Or maybe it was open. Block spike. Well, I just actually did that. That took a lot. That took a lot of work. Way too much work. Let's see how it looks, guys. Ready? Boop. Oh no, something's wrong. My head is on backwards? These are both flipped. That is actually an interesting problem because there's no other way I would have realized that. So which ones are flipped? Now if we go into the scene. Oh, the headset's not showing on the top. You are actually correct there. I did make a wee mistake. Shoot. Okay, so we're gonna make a few changes here. Just give me a moment. Okay, Vooperia, assets, resources, textures. Spike up. I got a little bit cocky and thought that this was going to be simple, this part. I'm not using paint for this. Open with paint.net. I can kind of just spoof this to look nice. Open with paint.net. I can just copy the black used for this and make it go straight across. Oh, shoot. I just realized, can we just, you know, do this? Just for the sake of knowing the direction it goes in and where it stops and ends. There we go. No one will ever notice that I slightly spoofed that a little bit. Then just... Oh, shoot. This is very meticulous. I'll admit this is not what I thought I'd be doing today, but, you know... Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so, well, let's go, guys. Look at that, we did it. So that doesn't need any changes. The top is now fixed, and now we have to go into the render code because there is something wrong. It's going in the wrong direction, which, oh no. Okay, now this is going to be extremely annoying to fix. Now it's, what was it? Was it north and, no, it was east and west. Okay, east and west. 0, 1, 2, 3. How are north and south doing it? 0, 1, 3, 2. So, 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2. 0, 1, 3, 2. Is there a chance that this is because of how my textures wrap? Let me do some mental work here. Okay, I need to think about this to see if this is a problem in my game or a problem with how I set up the textures. Because either one, I need to figure it out. Okay. So, it should wrap. This goes right, this goes right. If that's north. Okay, so this is getting kind of complicated here. So if this is north, let's draw a little compass. I'm actually writing this out on a piece of paper. So if we've got a compass here, and we've got the face, then that should be the front of my face, north. West should be the right side of my face, which it is. And it would be wrapped left to right. East, left side of my face. Okay, no, that logic is actually correct. Which means congratulations. Who was it that suggested I do that? 1 second. Tjmcnee, congratulations. You found a problem in the game. Or, at least I think you found a problem in the game. Unless the textures just wrap in the other direction. Oh, shoot. Was my eyepiece on the correct eye? No. Oh, no. Everything is wrapping in the incorrect direction. which would make things look normal normally, like for grass. But for a complex texture like this, it's actually wrapping this way instead of this way, which is a huge problem for a few reasons. It means that it's coming out the exact opposite than it should. So why is this? Top right, top left, bottom right. That's just wrapping the... Oh, I'm not liking this. It's gotta be... Oh no. There is one way that we can fix this, and it's fixing it on one of the sides and then copying the logic over to the other sides. So let's find face north. There it is. We have to mix these vertices around until it's in the correct direction. Now, I'd like to say that I can just reverse their order, but it's not really that simple. So we're going to see if that works. If that doesn't work, we're in for a tough ride here. A very, very, very non-fun ride. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Okay. So, if anyone can spot the problem... Can anyone spot the problem? I will give $1 to anyone who can spot the problem. The problem is... Now the eyepiece is actually on the right side of the head. The eyepiece is on the correct side of the head, which means I fixed whatever strange texture flipping that was going on, but it's still upside down, which means that we have to rotate it right twice. So to do that... Okay, time to draw. East, down, north. East. East, down. East, down. West, down. So it's going there to there. So it's going to be west up next. Yes, west up. And east up. So it's going in clockwise, which is what I planned for, which means that I just have to move east down to where west up is. So these two vertices just need to be cut up here, and will that work? Fabulous questions are being asked. Hey, look! It's on correctly. Look at that. So, this is good. Shaking my head, yes. Okay, so let's look at the numbering here. 0, 1, 3, 2... What? Isn't that what it was before? Oh. Huh. 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, 1, 3, 2. What? What was that on before? Something doesn't seem right here. I'm trying to figure out what doesn't seem right. Was it not 0, 1, 3, 2 before? Interesting. So, what problems are left? Because we're going to, begin going insane. So it appears that this is correct. The back of the head is correct. The problem now is, what side? What side is this? This is if it's in the X. Is this east? Oh, it is east. Oh. Why are we having trouble on the east side? Well, simple fix. We just have to find east 0132. And we're just going to do the very annoying task of flipping it. So it's on 2310. Time will tell if this actually works. Okay, $1 for anyone who can find the problem with it. Okay, so we just have to do the same thing we did before. Grab the bottom two, cut them, and put them at the top. Will that fix it? Who knows? What? That did not fix it. We have to rotate it just slightly further. Which I think if we just pull this vertice up here, 3102 makes no sense, but you know, my philosophy when it comes to vertices is guess and check. There we go. And let's make sure all the grass is correct too, because I would be very mad if it messed that up. All the sides of the grass are correct too. Look at that, we fixed it. Now we can build a house out of my head. Beautiful house, 10 out of 10. Brand new rug. I don't have a door, but yeah, this... Oh, shoot. I'm too fat to get through the door. This is my new lair. Yes. Let's go. Let's just destroy this ugly, very ugly house. Get it? Ugly because it's my face. Ha ha ha. Self-roasts. Yeah, the mic piece is 1 pixel off. That's just how my skin's designed. That's correct. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's designed. It's been like that for... It looks fine in Minecraft. It does not look fine in this. But you know what? It works. So... Well, what are we doing next, guys? What are we doing next? Yawn. Oh, don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying it. This is actually quite a bit of work. Even if it is enjoyable. Whew. This is definitely looking a lot more like a game, though. There is definite gameness going on at the moment. I'm very proud of the gameness currently happening. Add gravity. Smooth terrain. Smooth terrain. Yeah, that's my 2 other games. Smooth terrain is not easy to accomplish. The point of this was to get away from smooth terrain for a while. Doors. Stone. Gold. My face. Add a mod. Nukes. TNT. Meh. First off, there is stone. Spook Vooper. Gold, doors, spaceships, hostels, inventory, trees, gravity, water, GY. Well, door would require me to add an entire new section to the game, non-block objects, identities, which I'm not doing at the moment. That is a good hour, many hours of work, which I'm not going to be streaming too much longer. But what can we do? Let's see. I'm looking through water. That's another thing that water is very, very complicated in a lot of ways because it needs to flow. It's also very laggy. And those noises, that's subscriptions. I had that thing off for a while. Probably should have had it on. Let's see. Villages, structures will come along when I redo world generation. So you know what? Let's add explosives. How will I do that, actually? Oh boy. All these things, I need to program a lot of extra functionality into the game, which I'm not exactly, Okay, you know what I'll do? To start, we're going to go and use our friend Google. Unity post-processing, because they moved it somewhere. Post-processing stack. There we go. We need this. Yeah. Open download manager. Don't bother me. Open in Unity. So what this does is it gives us a little bit of fanciness. It's going to make the game look a lot better once I throw some post-processing on it. Import. And this is just going to make everything look nice. Very nice. Yeah, Bomber, the thing is I want explosives to be activated with a lever, but a lever's an entity. There's so many things. There's so many things. And I would want the explosion effect to look really awesome, which would take a lot of time to perfect. So, for now, let's just quickly, we're gonna press play. Let's see what some post-processing effects will do for us. So if we go into our player down here, post-processing, and go into, oh geez. Oh, there's so many things. How does this work now? That is a good question I should have asked. Is there a... No, there is not. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not very useful, considering it doesn't say how to use it. Please tell me which script to plop on, because there's like 18 million. I'm questioning how you use this. The Unity, usually very good with documentation, but this isn't exactly, Unity, why would you make this complicated like this? Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Jeez. Utilities. Yeah, I see all the code. Editor. Okay, shoot, we're gonna look in here. We're gonna look in the code to figure out how to actually use it. What does it add? Post-processing behavior, but where? But where? Unity, where are these post-processing effects you're talking about? I feel like they're... No. I am very confused by this current system here. But where is it? How do I use you? Jeez, this is really annoying. Post-processing profile. Okay, so I may not mess with this at the moment because I don't understand how it currently works. I wish it was as simple as it was before. I don't know where all the post-processing effects are, actually. It would have been nice if it had some sort of explanation. Let's see. There's got to be something. Okay, so I have absolutely no clue how to use it. I'll do a quick Google. How to use the setting up the post-processing stack. There we go. Camera. Okay, so I was slightly right. Post-processing behavior. You'll now have a thing. Click create. Wait. What? Right-click in your project window and click create post-processing profile. Am I missing something? Oh. Create post-processing profile. Yes, here we go. We're just gonna call it beautiful because it's going to... Oh, geez. Okay. There we go. Now we've got our post-processing. Okay, so we can turn a lot of fancy stuff on, which we're going to now mess with. Okay, so... Yes, this is worth the time, because when we turn this on, first we need ambient occlusion. Yes, do you see that? It looks fabulous. It darkens the edges and makes everything look much more realistic. Pretty sure anti-aliasing just makes this look... Oh, it actually isn't killing it. Okay. I'm just making sure it doesn't... It does, however, make the UI look really odd, so we're not going to use that at the moment. What else can we use? Grain. Yes, that's necessary. Bloom. Make really bright things glow. Not really necessary. Not yet, at least. Fog. Wait, I just heard something. Is that a super chat? Oh no, it's just like 8 years behind. Okay. So it's catching up. It's doing its work. Trying to catch up. Yeah. It is actually catching up for like the entire day. Good job. Okay, so next up, our goal is going to be to make this look good. What does eye adapt to? Oh, it adapts to the brightness. So when we look at a dark thing, does it make it everything else brighter? Yeah, this isn't working so good here. That doesn't seem to be doing much. Motion blur. Oh, geez, that just looks bad. That just looks bad. I've never liked motion blur. I feel like it makes the game look like it's trying too hard to look fancy, and it just, yeah, that's pretty beautiful, guys. Look at that motion blur. I'm loving it. You know, I don't like motion blur. Okay, depth of field may actually be cool. If we mess with it a little bit. Focus distance, 5. 1. Yeah. We want to use the camera. Sadly, that doesn't adapt. I don't even know what that means. Chromatic aberration. We've got some fancy stuff. Vignette. Yeah. See, that doesn't look terrible. It's just not really necessary. Although, I may leave it on because it looks nice. Just with lower intensity. So now I've got our ambient occlusion and stuff, which makes the game actually look really nice. Even with my absolutely horrible textures, it does. I mean, you can definitely tell the difference if I turn it off and on again. Yeah. Night and day. So, do we have anything else important? I mean, color grading. I mean, it makes it look a little bit more realistic, but I'm not going to bother. Back to actually game stuff. Yeah, we added a little bit of stuff to make it look... Oh, geez. Whatever happens to... Screen space reflection. Oh, that's fancy. But what I was looking for was sunburst, but apparently we don't have any. Not there, at least. Okay, guys, so... are we going to do anything more, or are we going to end it here? Let's just quickly jump into the full player to show off what we've done. What has happened to the chat? Jeez. Good terrain is something I'm going to work on my own in a bit, because it's going to be a absolute mess, take a lot of Googling, and just hours. I'm not going to bother streaming that, or I'll stream part of it maybe, but not the whole thing. Okay, this is having a lot of fun loading. Way too much time loading. Jeez. Unity. Come on. Compile. I'm now getting into worried territory that this is now crashing. It seems to really be stuck on resources, which makes sense. We did add a lot of resources, so I'm actually not going to freak out. I'm just going to chill and hope that it isn't crashing. And guys, don't forget City Skylines tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to City Skylines. That is tomorrow. Well, this is a problem. Okay, so it appears that we do have a crash on our hands. So I think we're going to have to kill Unity and hope that it didn't lose all of our settings. Kill Unity. Let's see how much you've lost. I will add crafting at some point. I'm not sure what kind I'm going to add because I don't want to like copy Minecraft, but at the same time, that's like the best crafting system ever. So we'll see what I do. Let's quickly check. Please tell me that under post-processing this has... Oh yeah, we didn't actually lose anything. So we're quickly going to add a changelog and improvements dash added transparent block support dash ambient occlusion dash added my head dash six-sided cube fixed, and we're just going to click publish. Now that just saves it all to a server so that people can help me with it, or at the same time, if something happens to my computer, I don't lose it. Okay, we're almost done here. 90% and 100% at last. Well, build and run, and we're going to pray that it actually works this time. Come on. We believe in you, Unity. You can package it. I'm not going to bother it this time. Not even going to click on it. Browse Reddit while waiting. Hey, it's working. Good. And let's see how it is before we leave. Okay, so here's the game. We're getting good FPSs, 120-ish. We can break blocks. We can see the ambient occlusion hitting the... Is ambient occlusion working? Actually, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. Great. Oh well. We have our 6-sided blocks. In this case, my head. We can build things. We can break things. We can absolutely annihilate the world with this completely overpowered click. And overall, the game is about 1,000,000 times further ahead than it was last stream. So guys, thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more streams / videos like this, and I will see you all next time. Why is my ambient occlusion not working? Frustration. Did it actually shut it? Oh, it didn't save it on the camera, did it? No, it didn't. Shoot. Okay, let's quickly change this. Quickly. Save. Let's rerun this because I need to wait, what? Okay, that was weird. We're actually going to fix this and then leave because I wanna see how it looks with the fancy effects on it. Oh yes, that looks much better. Okay, now look at that ambient occlusion in the corners, making it really dark. That looks... Oh, look, it's me. Let's just trap ourselves in a... I really need to get the lighting so that it, like, is actually dark. Oh, that is a scary sight. We can actually dig down infinitely. There is no limit to how far down you can go. So we're just gonna fall. Do do do. Do do do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't know if I will put a limit. I probably won't. I'll just make it increasingly hard to go deeper without getting killed. Well, we've fallen quite far. Well, guys, we'll do one more thing before we stop this. We're just going to make the lighting look good. I'm still not sure how I'm going to handle lighting. I'm not... I want to use Unity Light, but there's a problem with that, which I will show you guys in a second. So if we go to our directional light up here, in scene view, we can turn our shadows way up, and we can make them look very dark so that caves and stuff are actually dark. So let's do that. So if we go to shadow type, we can go to soft shadow, but we can turn the strength of the shadow. Oh, is that full strength? Oh, that's quite lame. But we'll do hard shadows. Is that full strength? What? What? No, that is not full strength shadows. Are you kidding me? Is it considering that full strength? Because I used to I could do way more than that in the past. What? That isn't even dark, though. What are you doing? Like, this is kind of dark. Is that the same level of darkness? Oh, it is. What? What? Why are the shadows so bad? They should really be darker. Oh, that actually looks much better. But that isn't what we wanted. Well, we'll figure out lighting another time. That'll be an interesting system we're going to have to make for lighting. Either I'll do something like Minecraft where it's static, or I'll make it dynamic and look nice. But either way, it's very complicated. So, thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you all next time. Peace out.